do it right. It's not worth it, mate. Don't sell your soul to the dhgate devil.
Right, let's put a nail in that dhgate coffin.
Relax, don't do it.
So about a year ago when I started this football channel, I was looking for some fun, light-hearted content to get the channel going. I made a few videos on Corinthian figures, football stickers, and other throwback stuff we all had as kids. Needless to say, those videos didn't exactly set the YouTube world on fire, so back to the drawing board, I decided to copy what other YouTubers were doing, and I started reviewing some of the kits I'd bought for the 23-24 season. This raised a few questions in my mind. How on earth can football kits be that expensive? And how do parents afford to buy their kids new kits every season? And what the hell is this dhgate people keep commenting? Oh, and by the way, you might have noticed I've swapped shirts a few times in this video. We're going to play a little game on the side. You're going to guess which of the shirts I'm wearing are real and which of them are fake. Get commenting in the comment section below. Let's crack on. I'd heard of fake football shirts, but in my mind, they were still like the shirts we had as kids back in the 90s when we'd go on holiday to places like Mallorca, like this. But no, fake football shirts had come a long way since back then. So out of curiosity, I ordered the Manchester United third shirt, whacked the video on YouTube, and this happened.
You are the number one.
Apparently, buying fake football shirts is something a lot of people do these days, like watching Sky Sports on a dodgy Amazon stick, which of course none of us do, but it all made sense to me. Referring to those original questions, if the quality is somewhat similar and a father of 3 is paying like £15 a kit as opposed to the astronomical number he's going to be paying on an official club website, you can really see why websites like dhgate are gaining in popularity. So, what's the catch, Rye? Where are you going with this? Well, after that first video, curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to order more and bloody more shirts off dhgate. Again, I thought this experiment might be of interest to others, so I documented my experience on dhgate through more videos in a fun, light-hearted manner. But what I didn't expect was to open up a dirty, stinky can of worms. The endless DMs on Instagram asking, what do you think of this Salah? Is this one any good?
Do they come with the sponsor?
I can put up with that. The constant where's the link comments despite putting the Salah's name in the bloody video. But despite the sheer volume of that stuff, it was my naivety that in 2024 someone wouldn't understand the light-hearted nature of those videos, because of course there's always a do-gooder, a Toby. Do you know that this industry funds gang crime in third world countries and you, Sonny Jim, are endorsing child labour? Hey, now let's not pretend the track record of all of our favourite official kit manufacturers is squeaky clean. It's not, but Toby does have a point. Not that Dave next door with 5 kids is really going to give a shit. Hang on though, ladies and gents, this is Rye's Football Paradise. Don't worry, this is a safe haven for us football fans to enjoy the beauty of the beautiful game. Forget the nonsense, the outside controversies, the politics. We don't worry about that. Obviously, if you're going to buy a fake football shirt, it comes with baggage. The reality is, I put in the title the truth about dhgate football shirts. I'm not referring to the political issues with buying fake football shirts. Obviously, you buy at your own risk, and I'm not endorsing them. This is light-hearted entertainment, and I know that's going to send the snowflakes wild because this is a controversial big issue. We don't know the reality of what goes on, but I do know that Dave next door with 5 kids is struggling. He wants to shut his kids up, so I know you guys are looking for a cheap alternative. But again, making dhgate videos, as I referred to already, does come with a lot of baggage too, so I'll get onto that in a moment. But what you guys want to know with regards to the truth about fake football shirts is, do they hold up after a few washes? The simple things like that. Are you still buying them 1 year on? What are they like 1 year on? Because it's easy to get carried away when you first buy a fake football shirt. They turn up in that pretty little packaging and at first glance they look just like the real thing. But the reality of it, after a few washes and so on, are they really like the real thing? Well, ladies and gents, in that respect, let's find out the bloody truth.
Right, let's do without the microphone. You don't need a professionally edited video today. What you want to know is the inside scoop on shirts I showed you in the intro, like this Dal Piero Massacre. Now, I know what you're going to say, never put a dhgate shirt, a fake shirt, don't even put a real bloody shirt in the wash, ladies and gents. If your missus is like mine, and if you happen to leave an item of clothing on the floor, she takes that as, this is on the floor to be washed. So she grabbed it, stuck it in the wash. Now, let's flip the camera around. This bloody happened.
So as you can see, this isn't exclusive to dhgate. I've shown you examples in the past of my real shirts as a kid, which have been slightly fucked from the wash. So if you are to wash a fake shirt, I'd say everything you do for a real shirt. So let's just give it away. This Nottingham Forest one I had on earlier, this is a real shirt. I've not got any printing on the back, but there is obviously printing on the front. Now if you were to whack that through the wash at a high temperature, this would probably hold up for longer compared to the fakes, but this would eventually basically the same goes for this, but I'd say they're a lot more temperamental. You're not going to escape a lucky or an unlucky journey in the wash for your shirt. It is going to be knackered. I've shown you this one in the past. Now I can't blame this on anyone. I actually stuck this in the wash. This is one of the first fake shirts I had, and yeah, absolutely knackered. But luckily, considering this print is kind of a rough and ready print from the United, what was it, 92 away, something like that, it kind of blends in all right, so I might get away with that one. And again, we've spoke about this previously in the videos. We've lost the Banco, the C for the Lazio sponsor. This was from the Gaza era of Lazio, and you can see all the O's coming off as well. So it might look exactly the same on first impression. I mean, that Umbro is incredible. It's pretty much, this is embroidered on. So anything embroidered you can get away with. Anything printed, if you are to wash it, especially through the washing machine, it's not going to last at all. But then again, I wouldn't recommend, again, doing that for your normal shirts. Embroidery, again, completely fine. So, with that in mind, if we head over here, this England top, what was that, 02, World Cup 02? Obviously, there's no printing, no sponsor. I've got no one on the back. This has been through the wash, believe it or not, because there's not really any way it can get knackered. The embroidery has held up, and everything about that England shirt is completely fine. So again, if you insist that you must put your shirt through the washing machine, never get anything printed, avoid sponsors on the front with the kind of printed on sponsor. You only want embroidered stuff. I mean, these joggers I've got on right now, I made a video on a Manchester United tracksuit. They've been through the wash like countless times. You're fine with embroidery and stuff. But again, a lot of these rules that apply to fake football shirts apply to regular shirts as well, so don't be bloody stupid. However, let's go and have a look at a few more examples and see how they held up from hand washing or just being hung up here in Football Paradise, the shed basically. So yes, it is an absolute mess in here, but if we take this Argentina shirt, it's probably not the best example. This one would have been a fan equivalent. Again, believe it or not, they do authentic fakes and they do fan version of fakes. This came in a mystery shirt pack. This has never really been worn. It's just been hung up the whole time here at Football Paradise HQ. Obviously holds up completely fine. So again, depends what you're gonna do with your fake shirts. Again, probably apart from those initial purchases when I was just curious, every fake shirt that I bought was to make content with. But this England shirt, for example, was bought long before it was officially released, and there were pictures online. This was kind of almost not even a concept, but this was what was rumored back in like November. So I bought the shirt to see what it would be like, because obviously it takes a while for these shirts to arrive. Now this I have worn, and this has been through the wash because again, it's got the embroidered badge, which has gone a little bit crinkled. They do say as well, even with normal shirts, avoid fabric softener because it will rep print in regardless of whether it's a fake shirt or a real shirt. Most of my shirts in here though, guys, are actually real, and I've not actually bought any fake football shirts since that video there, until watch to the end of the video and I'll spill the beans, because we might have a few more coming. God, I'm such a hypocrite. I said I was never going to make DH bloody gate content, and it's not. Technically it's not, so
hold fire at the end of the video. Oh, and whilst I've got this top on here, ladies and gents, real or fake? Let us know in the comments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, you can see a tag over there. Looks fairly legit. Adidas on there. You've got the MLS logo. You've got, is that embroidered or heat pressed? I think that's heat pressed. So this must be, yeah, this is heat pressed as well. So this must be based on a authentic Toronto FC shirt. This again was in a mystery pack. I've not put this through the wash. I think this is the first time I've ever worn it. But as you probably guessed, it is a bloody fake. Now, again, these shirts for me in this shed are going to get knackered. This is, I call it Football Paradise, but this is a glorified bloody shed. As you can see over here, cobwebs everywhere. It gets incredibly dusty. You might have seen my chow chows. I've got loads of hairy dogs, hair flying everywhere when we got the fans on in here. It's not pretty, you know. I do try and clean it. I do try and make it somewhat presentable, but flies come in, and I've noticed on some of the shirts there's some black dots. I don't know what that is, fly poo or whatever. So for me, even though I'm displaying some real shirts, this is a childhood United shirt, I've mainly got the fakes on display so that obviously the flies can eat them, and it's just a backdrop for when I film and make videos and stuff. I think it really does depend on what you want to get from wearing these shirts. I'd say their life is probably up to 1 year. If you're buying shirts for your kids, they're going to probably get completely knackered by the end of the season. But again, for me, a lot of people keep messaging me on Instagram, which is fine, but I must admit, off the back of a recent video, well, recently this happened.
I think it's bad news for the English game.
So an old video has skyrocketed with views, and you might think, well, that's good, isn't it? You're a YouTuber, you want views. But it's a little bit like those creators who make shorts, you know, the small videos and long form content. If they gain loads of subscribers off the back of their shorts, it's very difficult to turn those subscribers into viewers on your long form content. And I'm finding that with dhgate videos. Normally we do football ground tours, the odd match day, stuff out and about, exploring some historical stuff, whether it's to do with the ground or the club or whatever. It's hard to transfer those dhgate viewers to those videos, so therefore YouTube looks at my regular content, sees that all those dhgate subscribers aren't watching the regular content and thinks, well, that video's crap, so I won't push it. So it actually has a detrimental impact to your channel. I've had a few people message me about that, which is partly why I am making this video as well, because if you are to make content on fake football shirts and you want to grow a regular football channel, not purely based on fake football shirts, it might have a negative impact, hence why I've not made much content. But again, as a massive hypocrite, I've got more content to come. I'm going to get onto that in a moment. But ladies and gents, let's just have a few final words on dhgate in general. Let's have a sit down and let's clear up some of your questions.
So I don't know for sure, but when I was in Germany a few weeks back, a couple of months ago, I had calls off a Sky Sports reporter and a reporter for The Athletic. Well, they direct messaged me and emailed me and stuff, and like an idiot, I gave them my number. Anyway, whilst I was in Germany, reporters wanted to know some inside scoops about fake football shirts because they said they can't find any information. There's a lot of rumour and hearsay, but these are Sky Sports reporters, Athletic reporters. These are top reporters. These are people who work for companies with a global influence, networks all around the world, and even they can't find out what really goes on behind the scenes at these factories who manufacture these fake football shirts. So again, I'm not going into the politics. That's not what I'm about at all. You're never going to get that on Rise Football Paradise. But we do need to clear up that fact. It's a massive grey area. So those of you who are saying it funds crime and stuff, it's probably true. So again, if you're having a moral dilemma as to whether you want to buy a shirt, knowing that there might be a kid in a sweatshop making that shirt, probably not the best thing to do to go on dhgate. Again, massive grey area. This is just to clear up some information, or basically I get messages all the bloody time on Instagram and I can't reply to them all, so I thought I'd make a video. So again, I don't use dhgate leisurely for shirts that I wear out and about. Generally speaking, I wear the real shirts normally. That's not me being a snob. It's just, again, the quality is superior. They will last in the wash and stuff. If those got dirty, I don't think I'd trust a wash with a lot of them, and I can't be bothered to hand wash them. So that kind of answers your question as to whether they are exactly like the real deal. Now, I've not actually been on dhgate since I ordered that England shirt, which was like 8 months ago, something like that. But I had my very first look before making this video, and a lot of you have said it's really hard to navigate around the site and to find shirts, and you're right. I typed in like Manchester United 24-25 jersey shirt. I tried all sorts of different terminology, and I struggled to find a shirt to actually buy on there. Not that I was going to buy, just to have a look. Again, curiosity got the better of me. But speaking to a friend, they mentioned a website called Soccer 03. Now again, not endorsed by them, not paid to say this. I had a look, again out of curiosity, because apparently Soccer 03 is a website a lot of people use for their shirts. They're unauthentic, or whatever you want to call them, shirts, fakes basically. Curiosity very much got the better of me, and I went and ordered 5 bloody shirts off Soccer 03. I paid for those shirts. They weren't sent to me. This isn't a sponsored post, and I am going to make a video on those 5 shirts out of curiosity, but we will do a comparison between those shirts, the fakes with the real deal. Again, going into a bit more information, not so vague like last time, and at first glance them obviously looking fairly similar. But ladies and gents, I want to finish up because we've got a few words from a man who's just entered the building, a man all the way from Germany who's going to be joining us for Rise Euro Daily, a daily show that's going to be on the channel every morning talking about the Euros. Wolfie, how you doing, mate? Wolfgang, over to you, mate.
Thank you, Roy. We are having a fantastic show for you coming this week, guys. Let's come outside to the beautiful English weather. It's fantastic here. Ladies and gents, we are having Rise Euro Daily every day, 11 AM in the morning. It will be fantastic. So predictions, reviews, we are having all of your videos you keep sending in to footballparadisehq@gmail.com. It is going to be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are subscribed, get your videos to us, and I'll see you every morning for Rise Football Daily. Yeah.